Welcome back to our show, The European Question. Now, ma'am, we were talking about the European values, then, the political problems in Europe. I'd like to ask you one thing. Is it a vote against the supra-state, supra-state of European Union? Because what has been called the bureaucracy in Brussels. Bureaucracy in Brussels about that European, British people have been taught by the companies that look, they are responsible for your problems. So is it a vote against the supra-state? Secondly, is it a vote in favor of national sovereignty, sovereignty of nation state reinforced, and against globalization also?
So there are two issues over here. Yes, it's a vote against the European Union, definitely, saying that Britain does not have the power to decide anymore by itself, and therefore all the power has gone off to Brussels. In other words, if we vote over here, then our sovereignty will return back to us and we can decide, and we don't have to have the European Union dictate small things to us. We will have the right to do as we feel. But in an age of globalization, you cannot take an isolated approach, whether it is to politics or to economics. So you can see that how very short-term gains have been played up for the voter, and they have been made to understand that if we vote and get out of the European Union, then we will continue to be more sovereign and more powerful. But this is going to be a problematic issue, and very soon you will see it. It's already hit the stock market, but it will hit London very badly because it's the finance capital of the world.
So EU has been the role model for other regional groupings world over. Now, what happens to that kind of multilateralism and as globalization you are saying? Is it going to have some impact on that process as far as the isolationism, or I'll not say isolationism, multilateralism is concerned?
Yes, the EU has been a very good model for regional integration, but you see that every region has its own unique kind of experience and its own way of building regional institutions. So no two regions display. If you look at it across the world, we find that the EU is the most advanced in terms of regional integration, and it's no surprise that South Asia is the least. We are really behind over here. So the EU offers ways and ideas of putting things together. Will it impact other regions? Because it is not the similar kind of regional integration, the impact cannot be the same way. But definitely yes, other regions look at the European Union and say, okay, what kind of problem is happening? What can you learn from this? I think that is a very big important thing that nobody is talking about. What happens when there is a centralization in policy making? You have to inform your people very well so that it does not become a tool for political manipulation. Because the cost will be again paid by the people, not by the politicians. Yes, in the short term we see politicians like Cameroon has resigned. But it is also about how do you create regional integration in different ways.
People are jokingly, the experts are jokingly saying that it is not Great Britain anymore, it is small Britain. Okay, so now what are the implications of BREXIT for the national unity of Great Britain as we know it?
Definitely it's raising big anxiety issues. I think the whole Scottish question is back on the agenda. Scotland voted, in fact, to stay within the European Union. So if you disaggregate, which regions and which parts of Great Britain voted, then you find substantially London voted to stay inside, similar with Scotland. So the Scottish referendum is going to be back. It will no longer be great if it continues like this as Great Britain or United Kingdom. You may see it break up in different ways. And this is going to be more of a political anxiety creating moment because I think it will impact the political confidence at the one level. Second, more importantly, it will also impact the economic situation. It will make the pound more vulnerable and it is also going to take away business. So we are in for, at least for the United Kingdom, it's going to be in for a long period of turmoil.
Okay, do you think, ma'am, that it's a perestroika or glasnost movement for David Cameron as it was for in the Soviet Union for Mr. Gorbachev?
I think it's very difficult to compare with such a historical event. What has happened is you can question what David Cameron thought and did. Was it an overconfidence on his part to think that he would be able to pull off the referendum? Because it was a political suicide. And you wonder, why did he take it on in such a way? He may have overcalculated and thought he will pull it off and he will continue to be, the Prime Minister. But is it a break or make movement? Yes. If one were to take those metaphors of perestroika and glasnost, it is definitely raised some very important questions, which happened for the Soviet Union at that point in time. I think it will lead to a readjustment within the European Union. That is the most important thing.
Okay, so we'll take a short break and we'll be back very soon.